Hello, this is Fire, and today's video is going to be me tinkering with a new deck that I'm playing around with that is built around Future Sight and a couple other cards with similar effects. So Future Sight is a skill. It used to be called Future Blast. It is now a skill, and it says increase the damage of the top spell in your deck increase the damage of the top spell in your deck or discard pile by 30%, and then draw one spell. So there's a couple important notes for this change. The first one is it used to be a spell, which meant that if you had two of them, they would often buff each other, and they were just bad with other things to increase spell damage because they only had like 8 base damage, so you really didn't like them increasing each other. The other note is because they draw a spell now, usually what you would want to do with a spell damage deck is you would have something very expensive like Singularity or Lingering Ritual or similar to increase the damage on. But I think that because you are drawing spells, you want to actually play something cheaper. So as far as common spells go, because you do want something in your starting deck that will combo with it, you have a few options. If you look at the numbers, Sundering Blast is the highest number in terms of how much damage you can output. But it does have a slight downside, which is that it is 8 mana. And that means playing it more than once is very difficult. The upgrade is a little bit cheaper, but it's still going to be very expensive. Rites of Winter is another choice that I've considered because it is 16 damage up front. And then it gets cheaper each time you play it. So theoretically, if you're playing it a bunch of times, it will eventually be free. And so that will help. But ultimately, I think the spell I have landed on, after tinkering with this a bit, is Quip Shot. And why Quip Shot? It initially feels like a 2-cost spell should not be where I'm at. But this one has a few benefits. First of all, because it is 2 mana, it is very cheap to play. It does cost 1 Wits as well, but Wits is relatively easy to get. And that 14 damage is a substantial amount. Furthermore, when upgraded, it goes to 25 damage for 2 mana, which is an incredible amount of base damage, and that will grow very quickly. The only spell other than that in the pool that I think I want is Increasing Assault, which I think could be even better if you're playing it repeatedly. I just have to decide which card I'm cutting for that. It may be the Arcane Nova that I added mostly just to try out, or I may have decide I have enough mana cards. I'm deciding if I'm desperate enough. I don't think I'm desperate enough to run Mana Blossom. I don't know if I have enough mana boost actually for Height of Knowledge, so let's actually cut that. And then add something else to replace it. Let's see. Oh, Deploy Shield is very good. It's just a way to have some defense going. So we are on Paladin. Ideally, originally this was because I wanted to be able to get Supercharge mode up, but I sort of have rearranged the deck so I don't have room for Voltaic Surge, and I only have 1 Quick Start. Because I'm running 1 Quick Start, 1 Focus, and then like 1 Predict. But we'll see how this goes. The first version of this, which I played, used Void Bolt as the card, but I found that the discard part of it was a little bit cumbersome, and the upgrade on it, because Void Bolt Plus needs you to discard 2 cards, it was a very, very difficult card to justify upgrading. But without that upgrade, of course, the deck is much weaker. So our market, we have extra reroll, extra mana, extra shield, extra health, extra recoverable health, and we're going to see how this goes. Because yeah, there are some videos where I am showing you a deck that I have used a lot and feel very confident about, and then there are videos like this where I am mostly experimenting to see whether or not an idea pans out as well as I want it to. So as usual, I'm going to go elite hunting here. We get 2 elites either way. I don't think I care about any of these cards. Frenzied Flex is normally very good, but I don't think I want to make... That is an okay choice, actually, to be my repeated spell. I suppose I could theoretically hit it and have that be my spell. Is that what I want to do? I don't remember how much damage base Frenzied Flex Plus does. I think it's less than Quip Shot. I think we're going to go this way, try and pick up a Shocking Grasp. I think we probably reroll for Depraved Designs. But we'll see how it goes. Looking at these fights. Yeah, we'll go here. we would take an Arcane Aegis if it was offered. So here we can go Divination. We can Future Sight. And then, yeah, so Quip Shot is already 20 damage, which is pretty good. And then we get to 0, which lets us trip Scroll of Recall. And then even if this is, yeah, it's vulnerable, but we have enough defense, so it's fine. Okay. So, here's the thing that we're going to do. We're going to Future Sight. We're going to Reclamation Future Sight for next turn. We're going to Quip Shot that to death, and then we're just going to set that up so that we can afford the Quip Shot next turn. So the reason to put the Future Sight back on top is so that we can get that damage bonus again. Let's see, 29 damage. Get it back, and lethal. I think we take the Trial by Fire because it is some extra tough access, it is some extra card draw. Both of those are good things. We will start by Future Sighting. Yeah, because that is top card, it will get mana cards. So do that and that. And then we will blast you for a little bit of damage. Okay, so the mana here is a little bit awkward. I think we actually draw first. I'm trying to think how we do this actually. No, what we're going to do is we're going to Divination into Heavy Stand. And then we are going to Future Sight. I'm trying to think if there was a way for me to get another play of whatever out, and the answer is yes. Because we can get the cost reduction, and this is going to be so close to lethal. But that's fine. We can finish him off this turn. Or next turn. It's not really a huge deal. We can live one more turn. I could have gambled on getting mana out of the Charged Blade, but I didn't want to risk it. These are all very good choices. I want this for the shield. It gives just a little more shield gain. I want this because it just is on theme. I think we want Blazing Ritual because this deck does tend to get a bit mana hungry. None of this does a ton for us. The shield from Chainmail isn't worthless. Actually, the Sticky Flask will help us against Drakes in area 2, which can be a bit of a bugbear. Oh man, that's great. We get to upgrade Quip Shot for the boss. So this does mean the Quip Shot does now cost us 2 wits instead of 1. And that is a cost that we can pay, but not one that we can... It is a cost that we should be able to pay, but one that we will sometimes struggle with. So we're going to use Divination. Okay, we get 28 damage out of that, which is pretty good. I should have used the Sticky Flask, but I can save it, I guess. Use it a later turn. Okay. So this is one of those things where we only have the 1 wits, but we can use Reclamation to get another wits. And then, absolutely we're going to do that. This is not going to do anything when we play it, but it will let us use Scroll of Recall. And the advantage here is that now we are at 5, so we can supercharge, and this is going to be 59 with a chance to crit. So that is pretty effective. Ooh, Sanctuary going in. I want to reroll, but the fact that I just get a Sanctuary here, I think we take it. That cleanse is going to be very useful going into both this fight and Demented Munchroom. We might end up upgrading the Divination here just for the wits, although we would also love to find like a Peace of Mind here, I think. Yeah, 66 damage from our upgraded common. That's not bad. Alright, let's hobble in the Blazing Ritual. Trying to think if there's a way for us to get to 0. I don't think there is. No, because we can get to 8, but we can't get to... Or sorry, we can get to 9, but then we can't spend it all. That's fine. That's still going to be a solid 49 damage, even because we didn't get the We didn't get the crit, but... And we can no longer crit, unfortunately. This. Okay, we do need enough wits to be able to play this. So I think we're going to do that way. And then this is just legal. There we go. Eye of the Storm is pretty bad now that we don't have Voltaic Surge in the deck. I put together the card pool before I finished shaking up the deck. I think increasing mana we just take. There's an argument here to be made for re-rolling because none of these are exceptional for us, and we don't care a ton about necessarily this card. But increasing mana is good enough. I'm fine just taking it, I think. So we might have to upgrade. So the Divination upgrade is actually not that good because it's just +1 wits. And we do want more wits, but I think we would rather just upgrade this Hobble, which is also going to go to 2 wits, but it's going to give out a lot more weak. We do need more wit sources. I think that is definitely a concern as we go forward. But yeah, see here, the other thing is because that makes the Hobble use up, notice that now we just get to delete something. Just straight up 36 damage. Bye. Because the Hobble is now 2 wits, that means that the Hobble alone is enough to allow us to play things, which is important. To play our key card, which is important. Oh, we don't need to use that. Doesn't do anything for us. We are going to get to go supercharge here. Let's just delete you, because you are probably the biggest threat. If we want to do that, because it's a solid card to draw here. We do not have the wits to get off, to get value from the future sight, but we're going to do it anyway. And then I think we're just going to play these out in order to get us out of supercharge so that we can play the heavy stand. Alright. I did consider playing a more discard-oriented deck here for the Void Visions, because Void Visions gives you 2 wits on discard. But I ultimately decided that I didn't think I could fit all the pieces together, especially now that I've swapped 2. Because, like, if we're in the discard build, then we should have Void Bolt. But the reason we moved to the discard build was for the wits. So, it's a bit of a contradiction. Goodbye. Goodbye. And there we go. Wits. None of these give wits. I'll just take the Contemplate. This is the only one that does anything that helps us, because we are not planning to pick up any strikes, although we might. Strikes aren't actively bad for us, they just... Because the nice thing about strikes is they don't compete with Quip Shot. We might take like a Relentless Assault, because that's another card that just helps us deal with drakes, which, as I mentioned, can be a problem. Let's do that. Into Scroll of Recall. And then we can... We can't quite just delete anything. Oh, but with this, we could. So because that lets us just kill that, I think that's what we do. Hobble will get us the mana we need, and then this will do a lot of damage. We should be able to block all this incoming damage, no problem. We are out of wits. So the other nice thing about this deck, as opposed to like an Increasing Stab deck, is that Increasing Stab, you really need to find that first Arms Race or Rallying Strike, or sorry, or Arms Race, so that you can repeatedly force the shuffle of the deck. And the advantage to this is because the future sights are skills, you can run 2 of them, and so you can ensure each one you play will always shuffle the other end of the deck, unless it's in your hand, because you only have the 1 spell in the deck. So every time you play it, you're either drawing your spell from your draw pile, or you're drawing it from your discard. And if the spell's in your draw pile, then the Future Sight probably isn't in your discard, because if the Future Sight is in your discard, it means that you drew it previously, which means you probably played it previously, which means you probably also played the spell. Or at worst, kept the spell in hand, and it would still be requiring a shuffle. Like so. Okay, let's pitch. I think the predict. We do need to find some wits here. Get the powerful off of that, and just because this will kill that back one, which is nice. I think we Reclamation, which still doesn't give us enough wits because we still only have the one. That's unfortunate. We can do this just to force the shuffle again and leave that in our hand at cleanse off, shock, and then we can get more shields. So now, yeah, we still need to find we need to find more wits, which is just going to be kind of a recurring problem with this deck, I think. Based on even the little I've played it so far, that seems to be an issue. Fortunately, here we go. We found the wits, which means that we can play the Future Sight. So we get the Quip Shot back, and it's going to do 81 damage, which is a reasonable number for an upgraded common to do. For 3 mana. Oh man, Ritual of Runes. This is actually a tough choice between the Ritual of Runes and the Future Sight. I think the Ritual of Runes is a little bit easier to play out. Because the thing is, because until we find more wits, we can't afford to actually play the Quip Shot that often. Siphoning Blast is also, I would take Siphoning Blast and replace the Quip Shot with it. Which is the downside of spending that upgrade there, but I think that is a justified upgrade, even if, technically speaking, we lose value sometimes. Okay, there we go. We now get to play this. Yeah, so we'll put that there, so it will get shuffled back in. Okay, we don't have enough wits, but we're still going to play this so that we can use the Scroll of Recall. Actually works out very nicely. And then next turn we will be in a position to use. I don't love it. I'm stealing our mana, but that's fine. So we're going to Supercharge. We're going to Blazing Ritual. This is 48. These guys this has 47. Goodbye. Of course, it doesn't matter a ton because we don't really get a huge choice in what we're doing here. Let's draw more cards. Yeah, we can't play the Quip Shot with enough mana this time. Let's go ahead and kill you because you're the most annoying. And then let's just go ahead and give ourselves a lot of shield. It also gives them shield, but we don't care. We're doing just a lot of damage. Trying to think how we get to 0. And the answer is like this. Bonk. Should have done that. Didn't think to check the numbers. We're fine taking 1 damage, but we could have done better. We do need more wits. There we go. Draw our win condition. Use this to kill the front one, and then Quip Shot for 80 damage to kill the back one. Okay, we kind of need Revelation. I do like deploy shield here. I do like to play shield in this deck, but we just need that Revelation for all that extra wits. Because I think that's the main thing we are missing is the amount of wits generation. It is a lot of wits generation so we can afford to do things. Let's start working on the back one. We can't play this again, but that's fine. We are probably going to take some damage here just from the poison stacking. That's just how this fight tends to go. The purity helps a little bit, but And of course that wits. Let's do this. Okay. Hit you for a lot. We don't take any damage yet. We do take damage next turn. Because I don't think we're going to be able to end the fight this turn. I could loop the hobble, but I don't think that's what I want to do. I think what I want to do is actually loop the sanctuary. Because I can just immediately do this. Which is going to cleanse and give us a lot of shield. We don't actually end up wasting any of the shield, which is nice. Okay. Let's get our spell back. We can go to exactly 0, which will get us the ability to supercharge, which I think we take. And I think we go ahead and leave supercharge. Also, we should have just kept supercharge there for a moment because there wasn't a huge upside to leaving, but minor details. Okay, you're finally dead. We don't need you. We are going to take damage here. Hey, we have like a 5% evade chance, but we evaded. Cannot complain about that. Okay. Yeah, we would love to have a little bit of healing, but that's just not a thing that we have really. Future Sight, Quip Shot for 80 damage. Yeah, we get a little bit of bonus damage from having extra shield as well, because we are Paladin. Okay, so if we do this, this removes 10 shield, which I think we do first. No, we're still not right there, but... should be in good shape soon. Let me just delete you. And we don't need to play that one. Okay. Taking a little more damage than I thought we would, but I suppose it's not too bad. We didn't take any recoverable health. And then we ended up with 105 damage from that. I think, yeah, we are re-rolling for Depraved Designs, although I think we may just take the Sanctity. So I think having the extra cleanse is a little bit more valuable. This doesn't do anything for us. The Sturdy actually kind of does, but Bag of Tools is very good. For our upgrades, I think we upgrade Revelation, and that I think lets us cut Divination. Because Divination is a card that is only useful if we are just digging for more wits. So here we can actually afford to take Pulverize, and Pulverize does good work. So I think that's what we're going to do. Blazing Ritual. Let's see what we get here. I should have done that first. It's fine. And then we just play out stuff. Unfortunately, the plated here isn't a huge concern because we are just playing single big hits, which is very, very good against plated. Okay, so this will now be a hit for 37, not bad, with the crit chance. Unfortunately, we won't be able to fully use any of this, although it actually helps a lot. Now, we can kill you, and we can do that, which has the biggest benefit of giving us skill to protect that, but also to supercharge. So if we can find... That's a little bit unfortunate of a draw. Okay, but we know what we're drawing from this charge strike, and it's things that will get us mana, so... Draw more cards. Okay, there's a future sight, which I believe gives us lethal, because our Quip Shot very quickly scales up very far. Another Ritual of Runes isn't bad. It just helps us scale more, and it's mana. We do not have any wits yet. Alright, there's wits. Yes, I think we do have enough mana to play this. Oh, see, this is where that comes in handy. Because that let us kill that Drake without having to fight through all that evasion. Didn't really need to do that, but I did. Okay, there is the future sight, which is all that we needed to get this kill. More card draw. That doesn't do that much for us. Starting Adept doesn't do anything. Predator's okay. I don't think we're applying that many debuffs, but we are applying like weak, and the tools can give us various debuffs sometimes, so. Let's see what we can get out of the bag of tools. We would love a proper, just straight up card draw trinket. Okay, that's actually nice, because that will turn on Quip Shot. We do need that mana though. Let's Sticky Flask you, get the Mighty, and then we can just delete you. Ritual of Runes is now online. Future Sight is now... Oh, but we don't have the wits to do it again. Oops. I could have used the Scroll of Recall there, but I didn't think the odds of getting things we wanted was high enough. This one does damage to us based on our burn, but since we can largely control to prevent getting more burn, that's going to work out fine. And yeah, the Future Sight is naturally in the bottom of the deck. Worth it. This does mean that we are now just kind of hoping not to see that, but it's fine. Actually, it's not fine. That's actually really, really annoying because it means that we are now very likely to not be able to get back around to whatever before the Phoenix hatches. But we might. There's a chance. There it is. We're very close. With Supercharge, we get there. One shot. Goodbye. I like to play Shield as a safety measure. It's a very good, just defensive card to have sitting around. Yeah, I still think we don't really want either of these, really. We aren't hitting enough for Elemental Strike. We aren't freezing, and we aren't really shocking. Pulverize is a very good way to just get some extra damage out. And we can't really use that, but I know it's a spell, we can't take that. Okay, so we're already holding this, which I didn't initially notice. Sticky Flask you. Future Sight to get it back. And we can Scroll of Recall. We can see what we see here. Yeah, we can't play the heavy stand. That's a kill though. And then I think we get out the deploy shield. Because it was toss up between that and the hobble, but I like having this extra shield generation and gives us extra energy as well. Which are just some nice bonuses to have. So we can play this, which will get us to 0, and then that will get us to 0. And then we supercharge. Alright, that should be lethal. Yeah. Goodbye. I don't think we actually need the Arcane Nova, but I'll take it and try it. Having access to Arcane is a nice thing to have. Having it is a nice thing to have. Words, I'm good at them. The Reclamation we may cut, I am bad at using it. Not that it's a bad card, I just am bad at using it. This is awkward, because now we're kind of at the mercy of how lucky I'm feeling. I'm feeling lucky. We'll find mana. Hey, we found mana. Okay. Stone you. Still have a Future Sight in the deck, which is nice. And what is a Revelation, I think. We can. I think we supercharge here because that lets us play a Quip Shot that is for big numbers. Let's actually do this first. I was hoping to find mana. At least we got enough to play for the Quip Shot. It also feels very silly. So the front one did just gain taunt, which is annoying, but we do have to focus. Gets this to 0, bounces this back up again. Could do both of those. And then we're just going to do... Oh, actually, we may as well supercharge. This will do pretty good work. I think we are taking damage here, that's what it looks like, but it's not too much damage. So we're going to use this just because that lets us play the heavy stance so that we don't take damage. Alright, see what we get out of that. Okay. Annoyingly, that's not going to do anything because we're holding the thing we want to use it for, but... So close to that kill. Let's go ahead and do this, because it does get us this kill. And there's no point in leaving that alive if we don't have to. In the turn. So now we have one incoming attack to deal with, but that's just one attack. And that's a manageable number of attacks. Hopefully. We do not currently have a way to deal with that attack. There we go. What if we just kill that? That deals with it. And, yep, Pulverize is pretty good. Just as an additional card we can play that does damage. I haven't even checked. Who's our boss? Oh, Shadowbone. Shadowbone gives us... Shadow Breath is the only thing that we could get that would really be useful. But that's not the worst. Shield Bot's nice. Pulverize is obviously the upgrade. And I think the Reclamation has proven to be just very difficult for me to remember remember to use at the right times. Alright. Bonus Chimera, or do we risk the bonus... Or I like bonus Chimera because I would love to have a Chimera form, I think. And if this is the first time you've seen me do this, this event, if you wait a couple times, there's a chance that the event ends. But there are 4 stages here, and then the third one and the fourth one both give boss rewards. The third one is a regular boss fight, it's just the Chimera fight again. But the fourth one is a Fire Phoenix and a Shock Phoenix egg in a single fight, which is not something you would normally see. Let's draw some cards. So that does turn that on. We don't have enough space in hand for that. I think we are going to do this, as silly as it seems. And then draw 3, discard 1, get mana. So we do need width. And then we could blow up this one, this guy, which seems like a reasonable thing to do. Because this isn't that much damage yet, but it's not no damage. Because we can't play that. Guess we could play... I don't really want to draw that yet. It doesn't do that much for me. Oh, we are tough, but we can't use that. I think we'll just blow up. And then we will get shield back from our friend. Decent chance we end up upgrading shield bot, because I happen to think shield bot plus is a pretty good upgrade. Are we drawing more cards this turn? No, we don't need that. It'll be fine. Let's draw first. I don't love that, but we have Purity, so this is actually fine. And then cleanse off. And then summon another shield, just to be safer. So this will mean we have... Alright, we are now shocked, that's not great. You know, one good turn deserves another, and we can absolutely shock this guy too by doing this. Oh, wait, we don't have any sturdy. We haven't done any... I'm just dumb. I'm just dumb. Somebody help me. Okay. More shield? Now let's help. Okay. Okay, so yeah, now we're taking 8x4, which is more damage than we would like to take. Are we just going to keep drawing cards? Yes, because like all of our mana is down there. And this is actually very good because that lets us do that. And there's our Quip Shot for a good amount of damage. 60% chance of winning? 0% chance of winning. Okay. Alright, we do actually have enough shield because of the shield bots. See what we get out of this. I'm gonna copy the card draw, I think. Sure, that's enough damage, I think. It was, and we win. So, we get, yeah, Chimera form is pretty good. That gives us access to Mighty, gives us more access to Tough. I think we upgrade the shield bot. We may cut the Arcane Nova. I don't know how much it is doing for us. But it's going to be good against Shadowbone, so I guess we keep it for now. I think everything's fine. It's all fine. Going to get through the end of Area 1, and then I think there's a decent chance that I end up having to pause this and then come back later. I'm going to try a thing. I believe that I now have the technology required to splice together videos, so I will probably like fully pause the recording and then try and splice. For you guys, I'll do one video, theoretically, but we'll see how it goes. I did that, but I totally don't have access to any wits yet. Just a little bit of a problem. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to play that so that we can scroll over recall, so we can predict. And then we can hobble, which I kind of like, or we can sanctuary. We're just going to sanctuary. I think it does more to keep us alive. So yeah, this is going to bounce off us. And we get some mana to start the turn, which is nice. We do want to end the turn with Purity, I think. Okay. Okay, we're gonna take a little bit of damage here, but Shield Bot's gonna help. Thanks to Shield Bot, we took pretty close to 0 damage there. This because doing that while we have super charge up is a pretty good amount of value. Let's see what we get out of that. Not quite what I was hoping for, but not the worst. We can't use that. Doing okay on wits, so I think we just need to cleanse and get up more shield. And we get even more shield from our shield bot. Ideally, we would have killed this one before it summoned, but it looks like it may not be in the cards. Or maybe it will. We can do this and kill you. No summoning. We are probably going to take damage here, though, because that crit chance. Yeah. Yeah, the deck is not perfect. In particular, once we get to these, because I'm bad at cutting cards, and this is a deck where you really should be actively cutting cards. Oh, I don't even have the ability to afford this. And I won't after I play that either. That's unfortunate. No, that'll draw us mana, won't it? It did. There we go. We get summon out of shield here, which will help a little bit. Although we are still, yeah, it risks taking those crits. There we go, this gets the kill. Goodbye. Do we just take more ritual runes? I think so. This doesn't do much for us. This is okay. Although it, I guess, doesn't do anything with shield bot. But too late, I took it. Should we get out of this? And we can gain Mighty into Scroll of Recall. You have to do that, unfortunately, before we play the Quip Shot. And then go ahead and get the shield. Not really necessary, I guess. I really shouldn't have played that Sanctuary there, but I wanted to, so I did. see. Alright, we can't get to 0 after that. I made a mistake. But, you know, one good mistake deserves another. Which in this case means continuing to dig for mana past the point where it is reasonable to expect it. Oh, that you guys probably heard that clink. Sorry about that. So I need to get out of this. But there are other things I need to be doing here in a moment. So yeah, we will get through Shadowbone and then I am stopping for the moment. Yeah, the problem with so much of my mana being these Ritual of Runes when we don't have that much growth is that we just will often struggle to play them. Let's actually get rid of that, because we're going to do this into Blazing Ritual. Ritual of Runes into Ritual of Runes. I totally meant to keep the Pulverized. I meant to pitch the Hobble. My brain is not awake, ever. Oh wow, we somehow don't have wits. That's unfortunate. We'll still play this, just won't help as much because we can't get any value out of the spell. We should now comfortably we should now comfortably be in one-shot territory on this guy though. It's largely just a question of whether there's even a reason to do this hit right now. And I think the answer might be no. That we may just want to continue setting up because the Phoenix will wait until we're ready. I think we actually pitched that, weirdly enough. Alright, so we're going to supercharge into these. There's some sturdy. Or there's some value from that. We can Revelation, get that. Nope. Right, we can at least end with a couple points with that. We'll get back all of our energy here. And then we can supercharge to get this kill. Or we could actually use that. I think we're doing this because we're hoping to get that we have enough mana now that we can, yeah, not quite one shot, but do major damage. Let's go ahead and pop off some more stacks of debuffs. And why not? So the fun thing here is this taunt means that, oh no, our turret's overcharged. Do you know what happens to a turret when it's overcharged? Nothing. This buff does nothing on a turret. Goodbye. Let's see. Overthink. I think we have to just reroll for the mana. Because mana is very good. Warcry is also a very reasonable choice here, but I just need that mana. And here we go. Last fight for the moment. See what we can bag of tools. So one thing we get to do here is we get to Ritual of Runes. And then Scroll of Recall. We do not have enough wits yet, though. Okay, so if we play this, we won't actually be able to play the thing. I think we'd rather just get tough set up. Especially since otherwise we were taking damage. So supercharging here lets us Blazing Ritual, which lets us Ritual of Runes, which basically unlocks the whole hand. Which is why I really wanted to do that. We get 80 damage here. And then summon a shield. Yeah, we can go ahead and contemplate. Pitch the heavy stand because I don't think that's happening this turn. Do that early to get the mana. And then Bazap. Bottom part of the deck was the other future sight. Yeah. Pretty unfortunate draw, but it's fine. We are now Doom. But I think we should need less than 7 turns to secure this kill. But, you know, depends on whether things go really badly. This helps. That's going to pop. I'm not going to quite pop the Doom, but it gets very close. I'm kind of tempted to play this just to get more wits going, but I mean, that's 127 damage, so. Yes, we're going to get debuffed here, but got 127 damage for it, so. Plus that 50 from the Doom, which was unrelated. Yes, I do think we want to cleanse this turn. I don't think we necessarily want that, though. Let's do that first. I'm trying to think. We do not have enough mana to use the play the Quip Shot. So I think we're just going to end here. Okay. This does some damage. And there we go. Peace of mind. I think we do want more wits. I do also like Shadow Breath a lot, but I think we just want the extra wits. And then we're taking one of these two. And it's replacing the starting Predator. It's just a question of which one. I think the extra draw is a little more valuable than Duplicitome right now because we don't have any other card draw trinkets. But that's a really tough choice. And then our upgrade, I think we upgrade possibly the increasing mana because I think that's a very good mana upgrade to have. No, we upgrade the focus so that it plays nice with the Blazing Rituals and the Ritual of Runes. And then as far as removal goes, I might cut one of the Contemplates. They feel a little bit sketchy. Or no, I'm gonna. We do have a lot of other sources. I'm gonna cut the Trial by Fire because we have a decent amount of purity that I want to preserve, and we have enough other tough sources that I don't think I need it. And that is so we are fighting Maw, and we're going through here. I mean, I am done. I just wanted to look at the map real quick. Okay, so I will see you guys in a couple seconds. For you guys, for me, it'll be later today. For the rest of this run. All right, getting back into it. So for you guys, it has been no time. For me, it has been about a few hours. So I think I want to go this route. I want to go through this. So we're starting here, and we'll see how it goes. All right. See, that seems pretty important. As always, I am getting greedy and digging for mana. I should have done this first, because if I had, I would have been able to play that. But I didn't, and I can't, and I am a fool. Okay. Fortunately, Scroll of Recall. Trying to think. Oh, right, I did upgrade the focus for exactly times such as these. Because that means that I can then focus and actually get value. So we get out of that. More mana. We do want that tough. Go ahead and get all of those buffs, so we are just really good to go. Go and see what we get out of that. Sure. And let's go and do that. We don't really have any sturdy, so we don't get any value from that, but still a very good thing to have set up turn 1. And so this is at 49, which is a pretty good number to be at for the first time we actually play it. Let's see, that'll set up a shock so we can get even more damage out. 91. Okay. Go ahead and get it back. Unfortunately, that will take us out of whatever, but we got the crit, and that's lethal. Deck is working. I think more mana is good. Hunter's Focus isn't the best mana, but I don't really want to deal with Precarious Draught eating Purity right now, and it's very good. So the route we are taking, we will see one event, which is one chance to see the Surprise. I don't know that I want to try and take this deck against the Surprise. I don't know that we will do well, but you know, I'm also not a coward, so if it happens, it happens. Pop and pop and pop, which most importantly takes away that hidden. I think we pitch the Predict. And then I think we're going to start with the Horseshoe so that we can Sanctity afterwards. Let's see, how do we get to 0? This is the best way to get to 0 for us. Are we playing this Future Sight this turn? Are we playing this? I think we're not playing this Sanctuary. I think that's the safest bet. I think we do need to play this because we need the wits set up. If we actually draw enough mana, we could theoretically use this, but we didn't really. Let's see what we get. Okay, now though, how much did the Quip Shot cost? 2. So if we draw it now, it will cost 4. So we can play it. Goodbye. And, oh, we aren't quite to a shock there. Alright, so we are going to take a little bit of damage here, which is unfortunate, but we do have Shield Bot, so that really helps prevent too much from happening there. I think we will go ahead and do this, actually. So let's get that out. And then we can get quite a lot of damage out. And draw some cards. All good stuff. Once again, getting value out of that focus upgrade. I do think we do need to play the Peace of Mind, so. Unfortunately, we are going to take some damage here. The fact that we don't have any healing of any sort is a bit of an annoyance. Right, so we do get to get rid of those evasion stacks. And this will kill the front one. I think this should finish off the back one. Oh, no, not quite. That will though. Okay, so we could use another shield card. I think just another Sanctuary. I do really want another Future Sight, but I think having that Sanctuary is too valuable. I like having just that little bit of extra healing, and I am never remembering to use this anyway. And we're past the Drakes, which was the main thing I wanted it for. It's probably still something I would rather keep, but I cut it because I am bad at using it effectively. Prowlers are kind of annoying. I would like... Persky is pretty good, but Prowlers are kind of annoying, and I'm lazy, so we're just going here. Alright. So we can use the Future Sight, but we don't currently have the wits we need to effectively actually use it. I do want to play that, though. I think we're actually going to make that go away. So then we get to... do that. So we can... Peace of Mind for the Adept. Pop down for the charge up. Okay, so we have enough to play both of these. So we won't get the Mighty, but we will get a bunch of other stuff. We'll get a bunch of Sturdy. And we'll have plenty of wits. And we also killed that back one without it, while taking away 2 of its, whatchamacallit, 2 of its death spores, so that the front ones don't have as much to work with. Okay. I think we were probably playing this Sanctuary. Because that's going to get us a charge up, and then this will get us a charge up. And I have to choose how much charge I actually want here. I think that's probably good. Okay. Let's see. This I don't think will kill, but it will shock. Whatever it ends up putting that shock on. It's a little unfortunate. I kind of would rather have had that shock on the back one, but it's fine. I am now more able to play Shrivels because of now that I have whatever going on. I think we supercharge here. We won't have mana. Oh, we can do this, which will let us play that. So we have 2 fatigue. So it will cost 5, and then, so I think we are going to do this. And it's not quite going to get us the kill, but it was worth it. Because now we are only 1 hit away from that. Although we don't have it in our deck anymore, because both of the future sights were in the top of our deck. Which again is another reason to want more future sights, because just being able to avoid that scenario is nice. Don't really need that right now. Keep upping that damage. I could calculate how much damage we've boosted by, but that sounds like it would take more than no effort, and I'm incredibly lazy. Let's go ahead and just do this. Sure. Alright. Plenty of shield. Now we just need to go get our Quip Shot and get the kill. Okay, do we take the Runic Focus or the Contemplate? I think we are at a mana point, not a card draw point. Out of curiosity, you have what, 84 damage divided by 25, which is about plus 230% damage, which is not bad. Future Sight. Although we don't have a way to play that yet, because we're short. Whatever, but we can do this, which will let us pitch it again. And then we can scroll of recall, which will let us continue to just effectively set up. Rude. Alright, to get out of this, and then, so we do not yet have our wits up, but that gets us our wits. Got a decent amount of mana still in the deck. Deciding if I want to shuffle or if I want to, I think we're going to do this. Okay, that actually worked out pretty well. So I think we just pop you for a bunch of damage. Let's do this first, which is going to get us a bunch of sturdy. And it takes away one of those plated. See what we get out of that. And then we can do a lot of damage like so. Oh. I forgot about that we already had some arcane on us, but that's fine. We are going to take a little bit of damage here though because of that. but not enough to really throw off our groove. Let's see. The one thing that will throw off our groove here, though, is we don't have any wits right now. I think we're going to do that, so that will give us the wits we need, as well as some mana. I could get out this trading trap, but I don't think it's... Actually, no, it is worth it. I should have done... Oh, right. So we do get shield here, which is going to help, because we are taking more damage. But... Right, there you go. Pitch that. Let's see. We do want powerful before we play pulverize. We want to make sure we have mighty and shock rune, which we did, but I think we actually do want this shield though. So we'll just go ahead and play that outright. And this will actually hand out shock, which is kind of funny. Oop. That mostly just pops into our purity. Let's see if we can find mana. I should have been more specific. Alright. Let's go ahead and pop out of supercharge to get our shield back. And also get some energy. Yeah, mana just continues to be a bit of a struggle with this deck. Let's see, this does not take away the Arcane Barrier fully, but I think it's still worth it because it pops off a plated and a powerful. And I think we're fine with exploding here. Oh, because we just win. It's a good reason to be fine with it. So I think we're still just so hungry for all of the mana we can get, and Clear Focus is just such a good mana card. Let's see. Let's play that. Play those. I don't think we need that this turn. It's actually going to cost like, 4 mana. More than I'd like to pay, but still. See what we get out of these. Sure, I'll try another card. Oh, I should have done this first. Make sure we have mighty. Actually, let's go ahead and do this to hit 0. So then we go to 6. And we'll get back. Okay, so we're going to do this. Into that. Into that. Into Ritual of Runes. So that we get all of the charge that we can get. And we're cursed, but we don't care. Not really. I think the only really important thing is that we do want to finish off this kill before it sets Doom off on us, which we have another turn to do that. Let's go ahead and cleanse off. Get some shock out. See what we get. Not really what we're looking for, but all right. Let's Draw that. Is this going to be 86? I think that's lethal? Yeah. Gotta make sure you're weak, and then just go ahead and burn this shock for value. Alright, leave it. You're now one Quip Shot away from winning. Okay, crafted font is always good. Probably should have picked up a bit more shield at some point, but I didn't, and I'm sure it'll be fine. Sanctity Plus is pretty good going into Maw. Ritual of Runes Plus gets out of focus range is the problem. I could see upgrading Resolute Focus, because that also is kind of useful. These are pretty good upgrades. That's a pretty good upgrade going into Maw. I think increasing mana is also just a very good upgrade to have, because we are looping our deck several times. I think the Predict has kind of outlived its usefulness. I think we have enough other mana cards now. Okay, so this takes us to 12. Which means we can do this into that. And see what we get out of this. Oh, it's a bit underwhelming. Okay, well. We're still gonna play this. And ironically, it was actually just putting us up on mana, and it is actually relevant to get up on mana because we are going to have to deal with that. Okay. Let's see. Oh, I should have upgraded this with more wits. That's what I should have done. Alright. And now we can... I think killing these guys is more important, because they now scale up. They used to not be a big threat, but now they scale up pretty fast. Which obviously can be a problem. Those evades are actually very helpful. We are now at, like, I think 10% evade chance? Yeah, 10% evade chance. Pop, 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 pop. Ritual of Runes. Ritual of Runes. Let's see. Hunter's Focus and then Supercharge, I think. We want to do that damage there. And this would shock us, which we don't really want to do. So, Shield Bot, when you are supercharged, will apply the shield to your enemies, which is what happened there, and it's kind of funny. Let's blow you guys up a bit. This is going to be lethal even if we're not supercharged, so I think we want to play it when we're not supercharged. We do need the wits. I'm trying to think if there's anything we can afford to pitch here. Because I want to pitch that. I can't afford to pitch that if I don't pitch that. We probably don't need the Chimera form. It means we don't have Mighty, but I think that's fine. Right, that was part of the plan. So we're going to do that. And we're going to kill that and kill that. There we go. Easy. More Contemplates or Predator's Focus? More Contemplates. I'll probably cut one during the rest before the final boss. I would take an Ossifying Strike. That'd be pretty fun. We don't need it, but... Or, actually the other one, the Shield Generation card, is actually probably the card we want. And it actually is pretty useful to us. We don't actually want that in hand, because we don't have a way to use it right now. Just pitch that. Summon our friend. We do not have a way to get whatever, unfortunately. I think we're still going to play that. Should have taken the item Forever Good that would have let us start with wits, but I didn't. That's the one thing about traveling, is we can get that back just immediately. In case you were curious how that one happened. Oh, this one's on now. Let's start by doing this. Alright, we're not tough, so we didn't get a bonus. And we'll just bonk. Okay. Start here. Okay. I kind of want to play all of this. Start with that. That's the one that's most important to play while we are super hard. See what this gets us. Nah. Can't actually use both. Oh no, we totally can. I'm very smart. That was exactly what I planned. Because I am incredibly clever. But yeah, the shield from the shield bots does add up pretty quick. It's just very useful to us to have. So we're actually going to play this into that. Do we want the Sanctuary? Yes, because we need more top stacks. And then we will pop off, which will blow up some of their powerful, which is very useful to us. Because obviously if we can have them die while they aren't powerful, that's useful. Fortunately, they also are narrowly going to avoid killing the shield turrets. We want to kill at least one of these this turn, if we can. Let's do like so. Is this lethal? Pretty good. Fix that. So now we have some mana. We have just enough to get this out while supercharged, which I think we have to point it at this, but I really don't want to, because I don't want to hack this. But I'm trying to think what we want to do here. I do want those wits. The cleanse doesn't do much for me. The shield bot could be useful, although the purity will help against this bleed that's getting set up. Basically, it comes down to whether or not I think I want to. I think this time I'm not going to gamble on mana. I'm just going to hope. So fortunately, okay, that was very nice. I'm very glad that we evaded that relatively big hit. That means that we didn't end up taking much damage here total. That's going to get us some value. And then we can get off a pretty big... I think we just want to focus on killing that one. So the combination of weak and tough means that even without any... do you have anything that's like damage taken by attacks -1? No, we just have -60%, so we rounded it down to 0. Nice. That's just a 1x5 attack when it doesn't have any powerful, and we were able to take away all the powerful, so. Alright, let's go bonk bonk. We should be able to kill this one now off of the bleed. Like so. This other one is getting stronger, though. It's about to go into its AoE attack, which will kill these guys if we can't kill this turn. So obviously that's our goal. I think we want to keep this in case we can. We actually are okay tossing that at this point. So we want to do that, because that'll take away one of the powerful stacks. This would, I think, kill the first form. Yeah, that should be lethal. which means that we can make this one weak, and we will have all of this shield to play with, so we're safe from this other form. Which is nice, because we weren't able to go into this one without with anything to set it up. Let's go ahead and cleanse off our bleed. I think we do not want to play these charge ups. I think we actually just want to have this guy get shocked here. And that's where we want to be. Even though we could have gotten, I guess, lead damage out. It's unfortunately going to take us out of whatever mode. But we get 166 damage, which means that we have lethal. There we go. Yep, I think we will take an ossifying strike. It seems okay. Like, it's not super on theme, but I think the Potent Augury is going to be an irrelevant amount of bonus damage at this point, and having a couple extra sources of damage is nice. It'll combine well with the cards Maw is going to give us. Okay, we pitch that. Blazing Ritual. We can't hold all this mana. Why can't I hold all this mana? That, I guess, is my meme voice. It's terrible. I'm never doing that again. I'm going to do that again. Like, I know me. I only make bad decisions. I should have done. BRB, just sequencing wrong. Do want to make sure that we get tough up first. And then we do that. Get to block all this. Feels pretty good. We can now supercharge. We don't even need to play that because we're so far over on mana. Right. Thank you, Shield Bot. Okay, Charge Up and Shield Bot is interacting weirdly. That was at, I suppose that timestamp won't mean anything. But so it's this fight near the end. I need to report that to 1 day because that is not correct. Let me just fix that. Do we end up playing this? I think not. We're just going to do this. We just because of like how the shuffles are worked out, we still haven't found any of our... Oh, we do have wits. I'm just blind. This one's not hidden right now, so we will happily go punk it. And that was our 10% crit chance coming into play. So we just have a natural like 10% crit chance, yeah, from our items. Doesn't come up often, but when it does. All right. Let's go ahead and Chimera form. So we are mighty. Pitch the Sanctuary because we don't need it. Although, no, there's no way that we get enough from playing Sanctuary to justify it. I was thinking that we would get the extra shield, which is relevant technically, but. Okay, it's 11x5. It's doing 136. That'll do. 151. Get deleted. Okay, I don't really need a second deploy shield, but the mana ritual is probably going to be very bad. Twilight Blast is arguably a better finisher here, but we don't have ways to guarantee those crits, so it's probably bad. I think we just take the deploy shield. I'm probably cutting whichever one we took there. Curse applied by spells is pretty relevant, actually. I think I would rather just have the extra crit chance. So we get here. Oh man, okay. I guess we're doing it. You guys ready for a fun surprise? So this is the event that leads into the new Area 3 secret boss fight. So the way that you know which direction to go is that there will be you're watching this. You're committed to seeing this spoiler through. Some people I know prefer to keep stuff like this secret, but you're watching this, so you're signed up for this. So this is the Paladin, the corrupted Paladin unit. He's got a sword on his back, and he's on the left side fighting a thing. On the right side, you see some stuff fleeing away. In order to fight the Paladin, you have to go the direction that he is. So he can also be standing facing this direction, facing right, and in that case, we need to take the right path. But he's on the left, so we're going to take the left path. So because we are the Paladin, we get a slightly different option here. Regardless of which one of these we get effectively the same next scene. It's just we get slightly different dialogue because we're playing as Paladin. So through the fog, you eventually make out the shape of a Paladin unit. It just destroyed a bog golem with its heavy swords. While the Paladin has strange colors and looks like an abandoned relic, it moves around without issues. Its dark presence, surrounded by multiple slain monsters, points to a dreary scene. Protocol, situation. Condition, plays Paladin. The other Paladin unit answers with a sharp and broken voice. Protocol. Its inability to answer further shows that it is highly altered and unpredictable. The unit is not moving, simply standing in your way. It seems clear that it won't let you go forward without combat. So, if you are not very confident in your deck, you should pick this option. Because this fight will kill you. It just will. That's just how this fight goes. It probably will kill us. But if you're not a coward, you can fight. So here's how this fight goes. First thing to notice, this guy starts with a lot of fortress. This means that when you gain fatigue, he's going to get a lot of shield. He also starts with, naturally, 200 shield. Once he hits 0 shield, he's going to do some stuff. I don't have it memorized what exactly he does, but suffice to say it's not great for you. The other thing to know is that he will summon twisted versions of the turrets once he gets to a certain amount of health. Well, sorry, once every so often. That's his. So ideally here we want to get something useful here. That's kind of nice. This doesn't do anything for us. I think we're willing to do that. Okay, so that actually means that this is now online, which is nice. So we can at least get some damage out to start with. And things could be a lot worse. Okay. So this fight, you will take, generally speaking, a lot of curse. That's just how this fight goes. You take a lot of curse. The nice thing is the opportunist only happens every so often. For most of the fight, you don't have to worry about it. These summons are going to be a major pain in the butt. We will have to kill them relatively quick, which is not something we are well equipped to do. But we'll do our best because we have to. We will do what we must because we can. For the good of me, basically. Do we need Sanctuary this turn? I think not. I think we are going to Future Sight. Always with the drawing the future. I really don't want to draw Future Sight here. Let's see, this will gain us 14 shield and do not that much damage. I think we'd actually rather just get up extra tough. Oh, and there's a visual bug right now. So this is supposed to be a shield turret, but due to a visual bug, it's a tiny paladin, which is absolutely hilarious. Here, you guys like shield? Have some more shield. Yeah, this front guy's going to set up a bunch of plated. Fortunately, our strategy matches up pretty well against plated stacking. Sorry if you can hear the phone in the background. I'm not currently on call, but I keep my work phone plugged in, just in case. Let's see, I think we pitched that. We still don't have Opportunist stuff, which is nice. This does come in with Opportunist, but it doesn't have it right now. They do come in with a annoyingly high amount of Purity. I think we supercharge. Yeah, we'll just go and do some damage, even though it's gonna basically get to heal back all of the shield that we do. Just draw some cards. Get some mana. I don't think it's worth doing that right now. I do wish I was still for that, but I'm not. I think we're done with that. We want to get up that adept before we do this. There's no way to get through, unfortunately, all of the security. Okay, so actually here's what we're going to do. Because this should actually work out very well, assuming that the turret survives the baby turret. If our turret survives the Paladin turret. Because what's going to happen here... Get wrecked! You dummy! So the important thing that happened here is the doom is on the turret and not on us. Okay. Still don't have opportunist up. Are we future sighting here? Let's see, how much mana do we need? We have 1 stack of fatigue, so it's going to cost us 11 mana total. So I guess that has to go. We will eventually kill this thing. Just going to take us a bit. Oh, crap, like that. Oops. Alright, there goes the turret, but the turret served us very well. So yeah, we are now cursed. So we haven't quite gotten through all of this, whatever yet, which is unfortunate. This will, we supercharge first. And then we are going to, oh, this doesn't reflect the tough or whatever. I think we start there. And then we'll do this, which will do that for us. So one thing to note here that you may not have immediately noticed is that these guys have relatively low health. Our Shieldbot's going to help us out here. Fortunately, the actual damage in this fight is relatively low. It is almost entirely about managing that curse. And we do have a decent number of ways to do that. So we just have to find them. So we just have to find and play our sanctuaries is the main thing right now. Immediately resummoning the turret. I don't love that. We have tough and 1 stack of mighty. I think we pitch that because we have the increasing mana. I'm trying to think if there's any way for us to get to 0. I don't think so. Which is unfortunate. Yeah. So we just now have 2 of the little turrets, which is actually better for us than having to deal with more of the big turrets. Or more of the shield turrets, because shield turrets are the ones that really just make our day substantially worse. So this has to get played this turn. And that's going to kill the front one. You're dead. And then we might cleanse off some of that. And this will get us a just ludicrous amount of shield, which is kind of tempting. But I think we want to do that, even though it'll get overwritten, just because having an extra shield for the turns while we do is going to be nice. And this turn is the turn that we probably get doomed. The problem with cutting the predict is that now we have no growth. I think we are playing that. So we do get to cleanse off more of that curse. And we do finally get to actually start doing damage to the Paladin itself, which is a nice milestone. Whoop. We're now doomed. Absolutely, we want to get that actual shield. Oh, this is a bit of an awkward position to be in. It's fine. I'll at least get away one of those purities. And we do have Opportunist back up though, so we do want to be a little bit careful this turn not to overdraw. Yeah, I could play this, but I think that it's more important not to bring the turrets down on us this turn. God, that 10% of 8 chance feels like way more than 10%. We've been quite lucky with that. Okay. We are doomed to this turn. But it's not too bad. Alright. Interesting. I think that's actually should be counted as a bug. That it didn't just push our summon back. Alright, and we'll do this, which will get us a ludicrous amount of shield, which means we now apply a lot more shock because of so much shield. How much shield it gives us? Alright. We get to do this song and dance again, which is nice, because this automated shield, this automated shield will now eat the those debuffs for us. See, we supercharge. That'll kill you. Let's see what we draw. Should have just played that to get the extra shock out. I don't think we need that this turn. Yeah, that'll get. I think we want to go ahead and actually point there while we can. Oh, I should have gotten the mighty out for the extra little bit of damage. Okay. I could have killed the little one, would have saved our turret, but our turret's doomed anyway. It's a pretty unfortunate turn. This would shock us, but the shock would be blocked. I think that's worth it. Not worth playing the Blazing Ritual up. But right, it has 2 turns of whatever. Which is why those damage numbers were so high, because it wasn't reflecting the fact that we are tough. Okay. I think we are not playing the Sanctuary this turn. Oh, you are an Opportunist this turn. I almost didn't notice. Let's... I think we want to leave this one alive, actually, because we would rather not resummon the other one. Okay, and then we got a bunch of debuffs on us because we cracked the shield. So that hovel just mostly gave us that. I kind of want to get the other shield out. Can we just do that, though? So that we are able to supercharge next turn. Okay, so I think it looks like we just get like 4 curse when that goes off, which isn't as bad as I thought it was. Okay, so that'll get rid of a lot of stacks of debuff. I'm going to do that while we have whatever up. I don't want to actually play this because, again, I don't want to kill this. Well, it won't kill it, right? Assuming that damage number is right. And we get the powerful, which is nice. I think we'll pitch that. Okay, so we're going to take some damage here. Or our shield's going to take damage, but we are not. And then, yeah, we get another one of these little ones. But those are not the scary ones. Not really. This has to be an increasing tactic that gets stronger each time it does it, because that's the only reason it would be this high. Play shield. This will not quite kill you, I think. Yeah. This will kill you, though. Absolutely. Oh, right. Those things spawn with opportunists, and yeah, they absolutely get stronger every time. So I want to play this when we have... I wanted to play that while we weren't supercharged. We're just going to point that at you. Kill you. Get a bunch of shield. Cleanse off that curse. Oh, play that. Fine. Okay. It's a pretty unfortunate turn. Oh, we are going to be able to supercharge, though, which could turn things around. No, that's going to kill you, which is nice. So we are not going to be able to do the Doom trick this time. Don't do that, why not? Alright, we take a slightly crazy amount of curse, but it's fine. Doom. And we are now getting to be in a position where we can actually tank Doom, which is always nice. You're just not gonna ever. We just do not apply enough debuffs to ever do that. All right. Shield out. May the wittiest Paladin prevail. That's us. We're the wittiest Paladin. Let's go donk donk. Okay. We do not want to overdraw here. So we're going to do this so that we don't take too much damage here. And I think we should be good to at least get close to the kill this turn. Yeah, having 4 of those turrets out giving us so much energy is very nice. Okay, and there is... I think this gives us the kill. Yep, 238. We are the wittiest Paladin. Goodbye. Alright, so... we do now have the Paladin core, which I think we're going to take because that's just pretty good. I think it is going to be more reliable than the Bag of Tools and its bragging rights, so... Alright, Corrupted Beam is a spell, so we can't take it. I kind of like just having Elemental Barrier. I also kind of like just having another Piece of Mind. I think we'll just take another Piece of Mind. We may cut it. I may also just cut one of the Contemplates, but I think I would cut a piece. I think I would upgrade one Piece of Mind and cut another. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Because Piece of Mind does have the problem of not drawing us more cards. It doesn't keep the roll going. I think I would probably cut one. I think I would cut the Runic Focus. I think I might cut one of the Contemplates. The Galsifying Strike, honestly, we don't need. It's very silly. And then, well, the Contemplates are most of our card draw, so maybe not. I think we'll leave it as is for now. We beat Paladin. Like, what else do we need to change? We beat Paladin. We don't need to change anything. I should have made notes of those 2 bug-like things that I was going to mention. I was going to bring up. Because I have now totally forgotten what they were. Is Tiny Book better than the Arcane, than the Cursed Horseshoe? I don't think so. But I think it is better than Vindictor. What were other options? Yeah, this is slightly better than Vindictor at this point. Let's get more max mana. Because we've discovered that having more max mana is going to be very nice, because once we get rolling, we tend to do longer fights. Give me a second. I have to make another note. let's do that and that. We can play that card once. And then we play this just to get it back, the other future sight, just back into our draw pile. Okay. We need to do that. We need to do that. I think we need to Sanctuary. That's not the upgraded one, so I'm just going to play that out and just start doing some damage. Alright. Actually, I'm totally kind of fine with just redrawing the Pulverize. It's not the most damage, but it's not no damage. I probably need to stop. Using things. I need to begin finishing my sentences. I need to stop gaining energy, I think, because I don't want to get stuck in supercharge for forever. So I did that. And then we can do that. This will make that cost 2. I think we have to do that now. We can cleanse. Nice. And we can Shadow Slash. We won't be able to play the Pulverize, but we'll be able to cleanse off, which is fun. And we take like no damage. Alright, so Shadow Rays are nice because they will draw us into... Naturally, the same turn we get the Shadow Rays, we get both of our future sights. I think we picked one of the future sights. I think we use the Cursed Horseshoe. That's a little bit of an unfortunate line. There we go. Okay, oh, get us back. That. And then I think we do go ahead and just do that just to get it out of the deck. Oh, whoops. Fine. So we are making progress towards this kill here. I think it's time to supercharge again. Oop. Okay, so I think we're actually going to do that now so that we can bonk for 196 damage. And in the front. Let's see. That'll draw us back into our super card. Seems good. And we can just do it again for lethal. And that is Quip Shot Paladin. So specifically that is the future sight list. And so yeah, that works reasonably well. I mean, we beat Paladin, we beat Corrupted Paladin unit without taking major damage. So it's hard to say that the deck doesn't work. I don't think it was quite everything I dreamed it would be. I think I would want maybe a little bit more ways to draw spells. I could also see building this. Again, I think that there is a Rites of Winter build, because then you also get to like do Frostbite stuff. I think the Rites of Winter build is probably a little bit trickier to get rolling. But the nice thing about Rites of Winter is that multicasting it is much, much Like, once you've cast it the first couple times of fight, it gets much, much easier to cast it subsequent times. I also think that you need to have more discipline than I did in removing cards, because really this deck, you want to get those future sights on schedule, and then the future sight into the Quip Shot is like how you win. And everything else is largely a distraction from that. And I think I didn't buckle down enough on just those two. Definitely having the Sanctuaries and the Sanctity was very, very important to being able to fight things with all the and the clear focus. That was obviously how we were able to fight Maw and Corrupted Paladin unit. So overall, that went very well, I would say. So I will see you guys for the next run, which I'm actually probably going to record later today. There's a very weird thing that we're doing, challenge that somebody started on the Discord involving pulling specific letters, that runs with specific letters of the alphabet. So look forward to that one. That'll be fun. See you guys then. Till next time, toodles.